Vlog number 2. Um, not been doing many of these. I've only just done one. But I think it's time for another one. Haircut, beard trim, feeling alright, kind of. Where do I start? Some of you may have read my 2 vlogs that I put on the last couple of weeks. The first one was very distressing to write, to say the least. It was very, very hard to do that. Just simply because writing all those feelings down is hard. It really is hard. Um, Not just for me, for everybody. It's quite a tough thing to do. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to get it out there. I want as many people as possible to know that I am suffering. Not crying out for attention because I don't kind of condone. It is one way of people, asking for help. Is to shout very loudly, "Oh, look at me! Look at me!" Mine wasn't about that. Mine was more of kind of. It's just matter of fact. It's like I've not told anybody. I'm telling you now. This is how it is. This is how I feel. This is how bad I can get. This is how bad I've been. So basically, if you haven't read it, I'll put a link in the description to the blog. I had a week off work, annual leave, and I thought I'm gonna take a week off, get myself straight, sorted, relax, and just get everything out of my head. Didn't go to plan. Didn't go to plan whatsoever. Um, as you may know, I have come out of a long-term relationship recently, but I don't think that that's been a trigger. It's been there. It's been making me feel a bit shit, but at the end of the day, it happened. So I took this week off. Had it planned for a while. Thought I'm gonna relax and chill out. Didn't happen at all. My mood just went from here to just sub-zero. It was bad. Probably the worst I've been in a long time, couple of years at least. Um, get a lot of dark thoughts when you're very down. It depends on how down you get. I mean, sometimes it's, I can't be asked, I can't be bothered doing this, and I've got no energy, etc. But it started off like that. It started off with the normal stuff. It's like, I've got no energy, I'm really anxious. And then it started getting worse and worse and worse. And then the dark thoughts started creeping in. Oh, I'm not doing anything here. I might as well not live, not be on this planet, etc. But I fucking curbed that straight away because I knew that if I got myself into that kind of rut, it would just make me worse. That was when it was at its worst. That was when it was at its bottom. It couldn't go any lower than that. Um, and I was watching a film one night. I think I was watching XFiles or something. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to write this down. Wrote it all down, and I instantly, like that flick of a switch, my mood just lifted. It was like a weight had been taken off my shoulders, and then all of a sudden, when people started seeing it, it was like it was just comments and likes and inboxes on Facebook and all this, and I was like, whoa, what was going on here? And I thought, oh, people are going to be taking the piss and that, but they weren't. There was a lot of people who were commenting on that and being very open, and they said, I've never said this before in public, or you're very brave to say stuff like this. It took me by surprise. It got me quite upset, really, because I was getting all these messages of people saying they're struggling, and if you ever need any help, come and speak to me. And oh, I cried reading this and all that, and I thought that's not the reaction I wanted, really, but again, it was because it's kind of raising the awareness of people. You know that you're not alone suffering, but it feels like it because it's all up here and in your mind. It's a smorgasbord of horrible stuff and great stuff and fantastic things and bad things, and that was kind of weird. But I started talking to a couple of these people, and they were very, very kind, very, very nice, and I started to find out what was troubling them, and I find it helps really to speak to people and let them know that they're not the only ones, you know. So that's good. That was a good thing. And so I went back to work after that week. I put the vlog up later on in the week, the blog, sorry, later on in the week, and I got quite a good reaction from that. Then over the past week, I've had people speaking to me and taking me on one side and stuff and saying, you know what, mate, if you're struggling, come speak to me and all that. And I thought that was very kind, very, very kind. You obviously get some people who they know, but they just can't say anything. And of course, that's fine because it's still a taboo thing. Mental health is still a very taboo thing, even these days. I mean, that's why I'm trying to make people aware that there's issues, that there's people that are suffering, and it's totally normal, if you will. 1 in 3 people suffer with depression, anxiety on a daily basis. It may not be as bad as me, it may not be as bad as other people, but they do. There's people hurting out there, and they're not getting the help that they need. Today, um, I've had a really bad sleeping pattern recently, and I had a really bad migraine last night, and I've not had that in a good couple of weeks, and I couldn't sleep, made me feel sick and all that stuff. So, I rung into work this morning and said, I'm gonna have to go to the doctors. So I went to the doctors, I picked myself up, I said, get to the doctors and say something. So I saw my normal GP, which is great. Thank you very much, Aaron Muppethan, for seeing me. And we had a sit down, we had a chat, and I said, I've been feeling this, that, and the other. I'm not eating properly, I'm not sleeping properly. And he said, right, well, we'll change your medication. But he said one other thing. He gave me this. Okay, this is my local NHS mental health people. You see on the back here. So if you're in the Oldham area, you need to go to that website there, fill out a little form, make sure you put Oldham, and somebody will get in contact with you. Now, the reason why I said I did this is one of my colleagues at work, I won't name names, he took me on one side and he said, try CBT. I can never remember what the meaning of it is. I think it's cognitive behavioural therapy. So he said, speak to your doctor about it. And of course, my doctor gave me this. He said, go to that website, put yourself in that you're in Oldham, because I am, and somebody will get back to you. So I filled in the questionnaire. It's quite brief, and somebody will contact you. But again, speaking to people, talking to people, getting it out there. Don't bottle it up. That was my problem. For years, I bottled it up. Didn't tell anybody, and I had a breakdown off it. So please get it out there. Say something to somebody. Your doctor, your mum, your dad, your cat, your dog, anybody, your friend, a person walking down the street you sat next to on the bus saying, I need help. Maybe not on the bus. Again, it's taboo still, which it shouldn't be. It's not taboo. It's totally normal. But yeah, it's. I know that I'm suffering. I know that I'm struggling, and I'll put my hands up and say my head's a mess. But I've got to that point in life now where I just can't sit on it anymore. I've got to go and do something about it. I've got to get help, and that's what I'm doing. Whether it be through medication, CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, other things, speaking to people. I bury my head in my work sometimes, more or less, all the time. I'd rather be at work than at home sometimes because I'm doing something, keeping my mind busy, keeping it ticking over. That's what happened on the week off that I had. I let my mind just rest. And for me, at this moment in time, that was probably the best thing to do. But again, it was probably a good thing to do. Even though it sounds a bit backwards, letting myself slip that low and then something clicking in my head to say, go and get yourself sorted, was a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise. But again, it might not be the same for you. I've heard of some people that have done that. They've slipped so low and they've taken their own life with it. And God's sake. Sorry about that, video cut out. No, it's never the answer. It's never the answer. Never get that into your head that it's the answer for you to not be here. Because it's not. You're worth a hell of a lot more than that. So, it's been about 10 minutes now. I'll stop waffling. But, again, guys, keep at it. Stay strong. Don't let this horrible illness get on top of you and win. Never let it win. I'm never going to let it win. No matter how hard it hits me, I'm never going to let it win. It's never going to knock me down. So, again, if you need a chat, if you need somebody to talk to, PM me, get me on Twitter or whatever. You know, I'm always here. Just leave a comment if you want me to speak to you. But again, please share. You know, please get this message out there. I'll put the link to my blog in the description. But please share it out. You know, if you see somebody that's suffering or whatever, you know, tell them, oh, look, this guy's opened up about it. Is this what you feel? You know, because it can help. I know it has helped a couple of people that I know get help. They'd read it and they just said, I need help. So give it a go. Hopefully another vlog coming soon. Fingers crossed it won't be another depressing one. But no, stay strong, guys. Keep yourself together, and we're always here for each other. Take care.